Parkour! I freaking love parkour. Hello everybody, my name is Freedom Flash and today I'll be giving my over-inflated opinion on Fluttershy Leans In.
Oh dear, I'm all out of bunny foot braces.
That's a specific item? Couldn't you have just said splints? The hell is a giraffe doing in Ponyville? Don't eat cotton buds, just don't. Okay, so Ponyville has a veterinarian who isn't Fluttershy. That seriously disrupts any headcanons about what Fluttershy's job was. You do not want to know what he just said. I'll say one thing for this episode, it has a lot of continuity. The fruit bats, the raccoons from the New York boutique, building confidence for the last 6 seasons, the return of Big Daddy McColt. It's just a whole ball of pleasant callbacks. Right, let's get to the crux of the issue. These 3 are f***ing morons. DWK put it very nicely, but these 3 were given very explicit instructions, which they very deliberately ignored. What's the old saying? The customer is always right? When the 3 aren't really suited for what's asked of them, that's still no excuse for how badly delivered on the plan. Then again, their appropriateness wasn't really Fluttershy's fault. The way Hard Hat was described as being able to build anything you want would lead you to believe that it'd be capable of landscaping. Just as Wrangler's description as an expert on animal enclosures would lead you to believe that she could help design proper environments as opposed to cages. I'll admit, employing Danny Granger is totally absurd, but then he was suggested by Rarity, and let's face it, Rarity's a bit aesthetic. Why is there a fish in a Celestia damned mug? He's still there!
Sometimes all we need to do is believe in our dreams.
What's this rubbish? Okay, here's my main problem with this episode. It feels like they made the script by taking the concepts of 4 different episodes and forcing them through a meat grinder. At first, it looks like it's going to be an episode centered on why the animals aren't going back to their homes. Then it gets derailed, and for a glorious second it looks like the main 6 are going to take all the animals on into their own houses, which would have been so much better than the episode we actually got. Then it heads into this dystopian monstrosity that serves no real purpose. It had the potential to be a good episode with a moral about communication and who might know it best in a situation, sort of the inverse of Suited for Success, but instead it gets cut off and we're left with the ephemeral, worthless bollocks of this moral. You can achieve your goals if you just believe. You achieve your goals by friggin' working for them. And if I sound a bit loud at this point, it's because I'm half talking to myself. I've been having a bit of a problem with motivation recently. There are some projects that I want to work on that could have been started or finished by now if I got off Pinterest for 5 minutes, which incidentally is why this review and the last one are both a week late. But the point is, just sitting around and hoping for your goal sucks. You need to get out there and do it. I wouldn't have this channel right now if I didn't get off my ass and make my own vectors. I wouldn't be a member of the Secret Rift if I didn't make an effort. I wouldn't be a member of the Void if I didn't at least try to keep myself going. I've gone on a bit of a tangent here, but the point is, the reason I dislike this episode is because it's full of wasted potential. But at least I hope it'll finally get me to stop wasting my own. Phew, that was quite the rant. So, in the name of productivity, I'm going to catch up with the release schedule right now by reviewing 2 episodes in one. Hold on to your butts, we're doing Forever Philly right now! If you watch this scene, you can already start to glimpse the plot of the episode because Rarity is talking like Sweetie Belle is playing a game. She's not really giving her the credit she deserves for what she's achieved. Black Box Experimental Theatre, incidentally, is performing on a stage that is just a blank black box. Who knew? How far back did you have to dig for this one?
Salad? When did you get so practical?
How is salad practical? Well, Party Favor's out of a job. I ship it. And now I emotionally identify with Sweetie Belle. Okay, time for complaints. I have a problem with the conflict here, and the problem is that it's too flexible. The conflict here ramps up in order to push towards the end, and then immediately gets ramped back down in order for Rarity to overhear all this. Rarity didn't talk to Sweetie Belle in advance about interrupting her with the day she had planned while she was in a good mood. And now she's going to wait for the conversation to end while she's in a bad one? Consistency? The resolution to this episode just feels a bit contrived to me.
Hey, Zipper Will, what do you see?
Your sister being a bit creepy in the bushes? Jokes aside, the moral of this episode is quite good. Everything stays right where you left it. Everything stays but still changes. Ever so slightly, daily and nightly, in little ways when everything stays. It's about recognizing that people change as they get older, even if that person is a dog. And it isn't lost on me that Zipper Willie is voiced by Tabitha St. Germain, so Rarity's well and truly tied to this conversation. All that being said, that's it. That's my entire review for the episode. I really don't have that much to say about it. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, but really I think it's just because the episode spent so long building up to the moral. I've been Freedom Flash, and thanks for watching.